Hello, Army. How long can whispers stay harmless before they grow sharp enough to shake an entire industry? That question exploded across the South Korean entertainment world the moment reports surfaced about Jungkook's latest and most puzzling move. What once sounded like scattered chatter in anonymous threads suddenly transformed into something far more serious, no longer online noise, no longer playful speculation, but a possibility bold enough to leave fans quiet, stunned, and wondering, is this the start of a shift bigger than anyone imagined? The reaction of one person in particular, Jimin, only deepened the mystery. His response arrived hours after the news had already spiraled into the week's biggest talking point, and instead of calming things down, it intensified curiosity. His expression, his short reply, his gestures that carried more emotion than language, all of it made people look closer. And when several analysts suggested that Jungkook's rumored decision might be connected to a secret project scheduled for next year, the discussion didn't just grow, it ignited. What began on fan forums spread outward until it reached global media outlets tearing apart every detail, searching for meaning behind the thick veil of silence surrounding the situation. The first shock came from an unnamed insider, someone claiming ties to a major production pipeline in Seoul. According to their account, Jungkook's decision wasn't impulsive at all. He had been contemplating it for months, possibly since the early part of the year, even while the world was celebrating the runaway success of his recent music. The public thought he was sailing forward smoothly, yet behind the scenes, he may have been weighing something that could redirect his entire future. And then came the part that set every corner of the industry buzzing, the rumored secret project. Not just a new album. Not another tour. Something else entirely. Some whispered that it was a film venture. Others claimed it was a global collaboration involving a production scale never attempted before. A few even dared to suggest it involved stepping away from something long considered fixed and unchangeable. The big question that echoed louder than all the others was simple: what made Jimin react the way he did? When Jimin appeared in a short interview, the atmosphere changed instantly. He barely spoke, but his silence said enough. He looked down, smiled faintly, and delivered one brief line that broke the internet. If it's what's best for him, I respect it. It was short, yet heavy. Not a casual remark, not to fans who have watched their bond grow for years. The weight behind his tone was unmistakable. It was as if Jimin was trying to reassure the public while also studying himself. Because if that is how he responded, then what exactly had Jungkook decided? Viewers who studied the footage closely noticed the way Jimin's eyes shifted, how he seemed to hold something inside. Body language experts quickly joined the conversation. Some believed he was fighting back tears. Others felt he was managing a mix of pride and sadness. There were also those who felt this decision struck a deep emotional chord, because the two have walked side by side through countless stages, rehearsals, and years of shared victories and struggles. Fans began digging into past interviews, former comments, small moments that suddenly felt significant. They recalled the times Jungkook hinted at creative exhaustion, the rare moments he seemed withdrawn, the cryptic phrases about shaping his own future. None of this answered anything clearly, but it added layers to the mystery. One editorial described next year's rumored project as the most ambitious undertaking of Jungkook's career, possibly blending technology, digital artistry, cinematic storytelling, and interactive innovation. Something groundbreaking. Something historic. Something that could reshape the industry. But if the project was so monumental, why did Jimin look like he was holding back an ache? A culture analyst suggested a simple explanation: massive projects demand sacrifices, time, energy, distance. And maybe that distance was what Jimin felt, whether physically or emotionally. Days later, a clip surfaced of Jimin sitting alone in a rehearsal room, a guitar resting on his lap. He played a soft melody, an old tune tied to their early years. No explanation. No caption. But the moment carried a quiet ache, like a small goodbye or a pause before a big change. Fans felt it instantly. Meanwhile, neither Jungkook nor the label offered clarity. The silence became its own mystery. Was this strategic? Was the announcement being timed? Or was the situation too delicate to address yet? Silence only fed more theories. International observers began assessing the situation as a mix of professional crossroads and emotional tension between two people whose connection had become symbolic to millions. Jungkook wasn't just an artist, he had become a cultural force. And now he seemed to be standing on the edge of a major shift. Jimin, meanwhile, reflected the world's confusion, supportive, emotional, and worried. A well-known producer added fuel to the fire by posting a vague line. A great work begins with a difficult decision. No names attached, but the timing was too perfect to ignore. Fans debated endlessly. Was this encouragement? Confirmation? Or a subtle warning that something big, and possibly disruptive, was coming? Jimin stayed quiet. No long broadcasts. Only brief appearances where he looked like he was processing something bigger than he could say. Cameras captured him pausing mid-song, closing his eyes, exhaling softly, as if accepting a truth the world hadn't heard yet. Rumors began to spread faster as next year approached. Some insiders claimed Jungkook had been seen meeting international creative teams known for futuristic entertainment platforms. If true, this was not a small move. It was a leap that could redefine the boundaries of his career entirely. And through all of this, fans kept returning to the bond between the two. Old clips were rewatched. Photos examined. Each smile, each hug, each glance now felt loaded with meaning. Whether accurate or not, emotions ran high. And then came the rumor that a major announcement was being prepared for early next year. No details. Just timing that felt too precise to be random. The countdown began. People marked dates, made predictions, and prepared themselves emotionally. Because whatever this decision was, true or not, it felt tied to something much larger than one project. Would it change everything? Would it redefine the path he's walked for years? Would it shift the dynamic between him and those closest to him? No one knows. Not yet. But as the world waits, one phrase continues to echo, the one Jimin said with a voice that wavered just enough for people to feel its depth. If it's best for him, I respect it. A blessing. A promise. And maybe, a quiet farewell to a chapter that is closing.